If you're like me, I know you don't want useless channels cluttering up your subscription. So the way I deal with that is, if I watch 3 videos from the same channel and I like them, I subscribe to the channel. So if this is your first or second time here, hope you enjoy your stay. If this is your third time here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and stay up to date with what we do here. We're here today to see if you can beat Fallout New Vegas as Zero Statman. I woke up with a fever the other night and was flipping through my YouTube feed, and I came across, I do believe it was the Spiffing Brit, and his Zero Statman runs in different games. And I figured, hey, why don't I try that in Fallout? Seems pretty neat. Just to burst everyone's bubble here now, you can't beat it with 0 in all your stats because of fundamentally how the Fallout engine works. You can't have less than 1 in any of your special skills, which means you automatically get skill points in different skills, right? So, for instance, melee weapons and speech and survival are dictated by perception. So when my perception's augmented, I get higher in those skills. Super fucking low, slow reload here. Yeah. So, the least we can do is 1 in everything, keeping our skills as low as possible. I'll also be using the same bat file that I made up and just used to reset everything back to 0, as low as it can go, every time we level up. So, with all that out of the way, we can get into this. I take Murder Pass to hurry up and get to New Vegas because leveling up kind of works against us. I think we still keep the health boon, but I have no idea. Run up and pick up the Van Graff combat armor that's laying around the caravan wreckage here. You also get a lever action shotgun. I think it's always here. Great place to pick those up early game if you're ever looking for them. I do because I'm going to need all the defense I can get here because without any skills and without any high enough special stats, we're not getting any good perks this run. There's a few universal ones that you just get for unlocking different levels, but they're not really the best on the planet. We hit up the gun runners because why not? It's a mainstay. Sell off some shit so that we can get some caps in our pocket. Super slow taking our guns out and putting them away. I decide to subject myself to this because Lonesome Road is a great way to make money, and we're going to need to keep outfitted and supplied with stims here, so this is indicative of what the run is for the most part. It's not terrible, but also just kind of flailing a fucking wet noodle against a robot for a while till it just falls over. Mostly out of embarrassment, but you know how it is. We grab a Bowie knife and go after the next sentry bot, which can still stagger us even though I have the stagger mod off. But that's just because he's hitting us too quickly. We knock him down, we have to chase him down and around, and he meets us in the same place we just killed the other sentry bot in. Go to town on him with this knife, and having owned knives and worked with knives and stuff for a long time, just wailing against a piece of fucking sheet metal with a knife like this just kind of hurts the soul, but it's a video game. Here we are leveling up to level 2. I dump everything into melee, and again, that's all the perks we have access to. Use the bat file again, set everything back down, and we're back down to where we were. And that's going to be our stats for this entire run. After that, I decide, hey, I want to follow the main story because I don't really do that too often. So we go and talk to Jessup.
Don't have it. Benny stole it right before he stabbed us in the back.
We stab him in the back. Here is where I learned melee weapons are pretty much the go-to. After all, the reload for all ranged weapons is just too significant to really bother with. And sure, taking the knife and melee weapons out is a chore because it takes a while, but swinging is still the same speed no matter what. Figure that would be dictated by something. Anyway, we grab Benny's cigarette butts and we head over to Swank in the Tops to convince him to let us poke around Benny's room for a while.
Yeah, that looks like Benny.
Swank don't care.
Jesus, kid, I think we got a real problem on our hands.
After all, when Benny's gone, Swank's gonna be the one in charge anyway, so, you know. Post-apocalyptia, you could just feed the dude to the fucking fire geckos and be done with it. We talked to Yes Man.
Find anything?
Back to Swank. A lot of running around when you're following the main quest.
Go on then.
That's why I bypass it for the most part. Go and talk to Benny, and here is one of the major reasons why I don't use ranged weapons this run. Barely able to take him out, and then the reload on this, I gotta say, this feels realistic for reload speed. Well, except for the Terminator shit there, but it's just, god damn, that's slow. Take everything, go say hi to House. We're doing a Yes Man run because there's no way on God's green earth I'm going to be able to take out the Brotherhood of Steel. Oh, well, I could if I wanted to push boundaries and maybe go to... What is it? Fucking... Blanking on the name of the DLC. Think Tank, Big Mountain. Old World Blues. That's what it's called. The X8 antenna does energy damage, higher damage against robots and power armor. Figured I'd be slick here and kill House with Benny's gun. I shoot him 3 times, 2 of which hit, but he doesn't die. Goes to show you how weak our gun skill actually is right now. Deal with House, head on out, start meeting the tribes of New Vegas because Yes Man wasn't spawning for some reason. He did eventually spawn.
How may I be of service?
So I sent him back to the Lucky 38 and I went and talked to Mortimer and them. Again, I'm not really going to try to go all genocide this run because... it's like bashing your dick against a brick wall. Maybe some fun for some people, but it's not fun for me. So, just gonna avoid unnecessary conflict. We get the Windows update installed so that we can move along. And this right here is the reason why I'm trying to avoid conflict for the most part. These are just your average run-of-the-mill fiends, right? These are, I think, driver Nephi's guys. Yeah, these are driver Nephi's guys. Nephi, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Yeah, they got laser weapons and shit now, but just see how hard they are hitting me. And mind you, I'm using a DLC melee weapon, which is super fast and has fairly high DPS. And I'm still taking forever to take these fiends out. And they're tearing into me, crippling me on almost every shot. And it is insane. And I'm still wearing combat armor, mind you. And here are some fire geckos. Yeah, they hit harder than most other enemies in the game. But even then, 2 shots, done. Now, I did weigh my options here. The great cons, they don't have huge amounts of armor. They do carry weapons that hit hard, but those are also weapons I could get to also hit hard. So, we take a lot of chems, which I don't usually use chems in runs because, I don't know, it's just never really been my thing in these games. But use a bunch of chems. Gotta love the whole Mad Max thing right there. and then just lay on the damage so that we can get a good amount of good weapons and gear. Not really armor, but weapons. So that we can put them to use. Even then, 2-3 shots from this guy with a battle rifle damn near took us out. Focus on their head, since locational damage is a thing. Couple of critical strikes, which I didn't know you can get critical strikes when you only have 1 luck. I thought that was like a no-no, but whatever. We're eventually able to slowly whittle down Papa Khan. Slowly. There it is. Carl here picked up the battle rifle and has been shooting us with it. Funny enough, killing Carl doesn't really piss off the Legion. At least it didn't for me. I go to town taking out the rest of the cons here. Gotta say, I do like the whole real slow grenade launcher reload. I decide just to give up on ranged weapons almost entirely at this point. I will use them like one more time later. And that's when I go back to Lonesome Road to get some more caps. Slowly whittle down the great cons. No idea if you guys can hear that, but my furnace just kicked on. Must be cold outside. If you can hear it, my apologies, but, you know, it's like 10 degrees out. We head to the Brotherhood. Again, we're not going to fight them. But they have something we want. Greased Lightning. It's like the fastest melee weapon in the game. Well, unarmed weapon. Which is why I have to go back to Lonesome Road in the Divide, so that I can get up enough caps, 22,000, I think, to be able to buy it. I'm just going to let this play out in real-time speed here. Oh, sped up 4 times, actually. Taking out another sentry bot. Slowly whittling them down. And then here's me taking out another one, this time with ranged. This one my grenade launcher. Explosives, super wonderful, amazing in this game. Some would say overpowered, especially like VATS grenades builds. Yeah. No, it's kind of like shooting a potato gun at this thing. Not really the best thing. On the last one, and we did finally get it with the last shot, which was amazing. And then I lay into the other sentry bots that spawn in. There's like 4 or 5 of the damn things. I use everything I got to throw at them. And even then, it barely does anything. The hunting revolver does put in work, though, which is amazing. And again, it's a 45-70 revolver. It should be doing some damage to something. It takes us a while to get through everything here. I eventually just fucking Geronimo this shit and run in with a goddamn Garand and lay down as much damage as I can in a chem-fueled state. I also love the little Garand thumb animation. That's some good shit. Also, the twirling of the revolver is nice. Loot everything that's not nailed down because I can't remember where the combat armor is in this room. I eventually find it in the locker. Get completely decimated by a marked man. Eventually take him out. Their armor is always worth picking up. It's like 500 to 600 caps per set. If you want to go through and repair it, you can, but just picking up the armor to sell it at the commissaries is always worth it. Take out the other one in here, pick up everything that's not nailed down, sell it, move on to the barracks right outside of where we just were to take out a couple more marked men, to get some more armor. This is like almost $2,000 worth of armor just right off of these guys. Their weapons, another couple thousand caps. Run outside, let Edie whatever this robot's name is. Kite him around some. While we just lay into him with the Bowie knife again. I thought the marked man hunter here was going to use nothing but red glare, which I've been dealing with missile barrages up until this point, but red glare is something annoying when you have to deal with it. Case in point. I also pick up the Blade of the West. While it takes a while to take that sword out, it still swings at the same rate, so if I need reach, I can use that.
Hi there.
We got all the caps we needed. We head back to the Brotherhood. We pick up Greased Lightning. Speed is our best bet for this run at this point. Sell off everything else because we don't need the Bowie knives anymore. And there we go. We're pretty much set for the rest of the run here. Go to say hi to the boomers, and I feel like showing off a little bit, you know. Putting this weapon to use that I spent like 2 hours getting my hands on. I still find it funny that someone can block a pneumatic hammer pretty much with their wrists. And I just love how far back it just fucking knocks them. Head on into the hangar. Go to town on them. Easy enough. Sometimes, I think by this point in time I have Bloody Mess, which sometimes explodes them, sometimes doesn't. I think it's luck-based. It is also a flat damage boost. Head back to the gun runners, sell everything off that we took from the boomers, the rocket launchers, the grenade launchers, the grenade rifles, all that. Pick up an anti-material rifle because I figure, oh yeah, this is going to be a great use, and I use it like twice. And it's so ungodly slow to reload, with our agility being at 1. I figure I'd put explosive ammo to use, but yeah, this wasn't even worth it. Head into the Legion encampment at Cottonwood Cove. Yeah, the anti-material rifle is just too slow, and the Legion lays on damage too quickly for it to be useful. I just use Greased Lightning. Run around, attack as quick as I can, heal through damn near everything I can, fix up Greased Lightning when I can, and then just keep going. And that's us through Cottonwood Cove. Of course, we're going to head to the fort. Heading right in, it's easy enough. These guys here, you figure you'd want, like, better gate guards. Or maybe, you know, stop the dude on the outside of the gate instead of inside the gate. But, you know, I understand they were on time crunch when they were making the game. And I'm just going to let this play out in, like, real time. It's not too bad taking on the Legion here. It always feels longer when you're playing it than it does looking back on it when voicing the stuff here. The Praetorian Guards, the most annoying dudes to deal with in this entire game. I'd say Legate Lanius isn't even as bad as the Praetorian Guard. So those fucking ballistic fists. Shotguns on gloves. And this is most of the Legion taken out here. I do hate how they can sprint backward. That's annoying. There you go. Legion taken care of there. Go in, start swinging, take out a couple of the mongrels, and then dip, because I wanted to try to catch them at a choke point when they came out. Problem is, they can just block, like, right off the bat. Doesn't really work out too well. Able to take out a couple of them, but their ballistic fists are just annoying to deal with. Although Caesar's Displacer Glove is what takes me out in the end, which is kind of funny. So I just jump down into the fight pit here. Get some distance between us. Figure, maybe a couple of the Praetorian Guard would try to pick up ranged weapons, which would put me at an advantage against them. Melee builds in this game always have an advantage over ranged builds. Well, ranged enemies, because you can always just close the gap. Keep swinging. Haven't really put 2 and 2 together yet to outrange them, right? We all have fist-ranged weapons right now. I haven't quite picked up on the Blade of the West having longer reach. I do right here, though. Again, it swings at the same pace. Takes forever to get out, but right there. There we go. We just took them all out in a matter of a few seconds. Felt amazing. I do that again down here, taking out these Praetorian Guard that were guarding the bunker. Go in, install the Platinum Chip. Head on out. Go to the Dorito substation to install the chip there. The NCR didn't like me doing it this time. Pretty much every other time I've come in here to install this chip, they haven't given a fuck, but maybe it's a luck-based thing, since a lot of my builds have high luck. So yeah, maybe it's a luck-based thing. Head into the Hoover Dam, take out the NCR heavies here wearing reclaimed or recycled power armor. Take the power armor for ourselves and decide, hey, fuck it, we're not even going to talk to Lanius, we're just going to go in, hit him as hard as we can. The fucker just completely shoves us off the cliff there, which is funny. Never got knocked back like that before in this game. Focus him down, because as long as he's around, more Legion will spawn in. Can't sprint with the fist weapon out because we're not strong enough. Keep focusing him down. He's trying to throw grenades for some reason. I don't know. I think I broke his AI. Now that he's dead, we can mop up the rest of the Legion, which isn't too hard. The Thermite Lances are a little annoying. Almost die right there. Fist weapons, great to a point, but a lot of bounce back. I decided to just stick with it anyway because I've come this far. Might as well just finish it with it. Take out the last one, gain the Lord Death perk right there at the end, which is kind of fitting. And that's that. I decided to kill the NCR and whatnot too, because fuck it, why not? But that's Fallout New Vegas as zero stat man, or as close as you can get with the game engine being what it is. Thanks for watching, if indeed you still are. Also, we passed 1,000 subscribers, which was pretty cool. Mind you, we did that when I was completely sick, but thanks everyone for watching. I appreciate it.